So this is Warships Mobile 2 Naval War, a combat 5 versus 5 game where you play online versus different players or sometimes even bots. So you have many different kinds of ships such as frigates, cruisers. This one is a bit stealthy. This ship has the capability of multitasks such as landing vehicles, helicopters, torpedoes, etc. You have submarines. The Kursk submarine is actually the cheapest one you can get that has tactical nukes, which are very good for taking down aircraft carriers, particularly. And also they can go below the waterline and they are basically immune to many different types of aircraft from attacking from above. The most popular and influential ships are of course aircraft carriers. This is the Midway, an American aircraft carrier that has, so basically we have like combat groups, and this one says 2 fighters. That means that you launch 3 fighters in one group. So you have 6 fighters in total on ready at any given time. However, you also have between 12 to 18 fighters in total on the ship. So you can launch each group between 4 to 6 times approximately. The drones also vary on the type of the drone that you use. So this is the best scouting drone in my opinion. It's very fast, it has a jet engine and it's much faster than the alternative Reaper. Although as you can see the Reaper has air bombs and missiles, this has no weapons. It can only kamikaze and destroy the ship by running into it like a kamikaze drone. Anyways, the second support vehicle besides the drone is of course the helicopters. You can equip whichever you want. I prefer this one because it has 2 torpedoes. You can of course also equip F-35B SVTOL, which can land and like a helicopter, but it mainly flies like a plane forwards. It has 3 missiles, 2 UAM missiles, and it also has a turret. These 2 UAM missiles are actually not that bad, although this plane doesn't have air-to-air missiles, so that's a bit on the downside, which is why I prefer this one for hunting submarines, which are the main problem for aircraft carriers. You also have a satellite, so you can choose between this fire starter, which like chases enemy ships. This is the best one, Halmstad, because it has this passive long-range radar ability that reveals positions of all enemy ships for 6 seconds every 50 seconds. And it also gives max health to the main aircraft carrier ship. You also have this one, which is not very bad. It uses decoy traps to detect and intercept 3 missiles. It's very good if you aren't afraid of submarines, but of enemy aircraft or missiles. But yeah, I prefer this one. The camouflage is just basically a skid. These pink ones are like epic or higher range, more rare, and they also change the skins on the aircraft. This is Razor, Heavy Raid, Trick or Treat, Emoji, and as you can see the rest of them just change the colors on the ship. So yeah, I kinda like this one. It doesn't really matter because enemies mostly can't see your aircraft. if they are stealth, which most of them are. So the best aircraft in the game, without a doubt, is for sure the F-22 Raptor. Don't look at the stats, it's just game-wise it's the easier. It's the only plane that has long-range bombs, missile bombs, which you can launch from, I guess, 6 kilometers away, 6 to 8 kilometers away, I think. While most of the other aircraft have missiles that can launch only from 3.5 kilometers away, or that's like 2.5 miles, I believe. So yeah, F-22 is definitely the GOAT in this game. Mobile warships too. The second best, I guess it would be somewhere between F-35C or J-20, while J-20 is more suited for air-to-air combat versus enemy helicopters, airplanes, bombers, drones. The F-35C is a better bombardier because it actually has air bombs which can do damage to the submarines if you place them correctly. While F-22 Raptor can't actually touch any submarines with its missiles unless they are on the surface, of course. And the same applies to J-20 for the submarines deficiency. F-18 has the same setup for the bombs and missiles like F-35C. So yeah, it has an additional number of bombs, but it doesn't matter. It's the same when you play in the game. Same animations, same effects, so same playing style. Although F-35C is better than the F-18 because it can really slow down and gives you much more precision when releasing the bombs. I haven't really tried the rest of the planes because they are on the lower end. I was really lucky to get this plane for free. It usually costs 2800 gold, but I got it for free from an event, and I got this one for free as well. This one I had to buy, but it was at a discount in the store. You should always check the store at least once per day. You can see you get something for free, and other things are either discounted for a lower percentage price, or some things that cost in gold you can buy it for the cash, for the money, which is a really great option. So yeah, that's about for the planes. The best plane F-22, the second best is either J-20 or F-35. See, it depends on your plane preferences and style. So yeah. Also the rarities of the planes vary. This one is pink 4-star, which means it's like 4th level, I guess. This one blue is 3-star, which is a bit lower end, but I actually prefer this F-22. I got this plane quite recently, J-20. I haven't been able to upgrade it to the max yet, but even if I did, I would actually prefer F-22, which is kind of the difference between Midway and the Ford. As you can see, the Ford has only one fighter and only one bomber squadron available at any given time, while Midway doesn't have any bombers. However, it has 2 fighter squadrons. What does this mean in reality? Like when you play, if one squadron is destroyed, you actually would want to destroy your squadron of fighters so that they would respawn. The respawn time is, I believe, around 35 seconds. And the cool thing with Midway is after your one squadron destroys itself, you can immediately spawn the second one, and while you're fighting with your second fighter squadron, your first one will respawn and be ready. Once the second one is destroyed, you can launch the third one immediately, so you never stop fighting with your planes when you're playing with Midway. That's a really cool thing about it. Unlike the other aircraft carriers like the Ford, which has only one fighter squadron and one bomber. The bomber doesn't respawn. So yeah, the bomber and the helicopters, they don't respawn. They are, if you lose them, that's it. While the fighters and the drones, they respawn multiple times during the match, depending on their timer. Fighters spawn around 35 seconds timer, while drones are faster, they spawn around 10 seconds, I believe. Also, regarding the different aircraft carriers, the cheapest one, I believe, is the European French version of Charles de Gaulle. Let me find it. Yes. I think it unlocks on level 20, I believe. I'm not sure. Or maybe 15. Anyways, once it unlocks, you can buy it for $680,000, euros, whatever. It's banknotes currency, and it's pretty good actually. It has 2 fighter squadrons and 1 helicopter, and also has anti-air missiles and missiles, which is kinda useless because you would not want for your aircraft carrier to be in range of enemy ships. You would want it to be far away, so they don't actually know where the location is. So yeah, having missiles on board is kinda pointless. But yeah, it also has a satellite ship, which is like a must for aircraft carriers, and some submarines also have satellites, like this one, the Chinese one. You also have hybrid small carriers, which don't carry aircraft but carry either helicopters or some, like Ivan Rogov, carry both landing vehicles, which are delivered using these Chinook helicopters for transport to the islands, but they also have their own individual helicopters on the back to launch. So yeah, that's kinda nice. It all depends on your playing style. Like, you can play like as a frigate or a cruiser, launching missiles, shooting at enemy ships. You can play like aircraft carrier, launching landing vehicles or aircrafts or helicopters. It all depends on your playing style. Yeah, you can buy some of these for actual money, and of course these are a bit pay to win. They are more overpowered compared to the free versions, of course. This one is pretty good on paper, but I haven't tried it yet. You have these kind of like fictional ships, but most of the ships are actually from the real life inspiration. Some of these you can't actually buy, but you can get them from the events. But most of them you can just buy for cash or for gold. You get gold for free. This is actually one of the most popular submarines, USS Ohio. It has 4 torpedoes, 2 tactical nukes, a satellite ship. It can dive pretty deep, so it's basically, once it dives, it's invulnerable. However, you do have oxygen limits, so you have to dive back up to get more oxygen, like every 60 seconds or something. So yeah, you have to be a bit strategic about it. You have all these different kinds of aircraft carriers. They are, like, if you prefer flying with airplanes and helicopters, they are the best. So yeah, that's a bit about the introduction for the types of ships and for the first part.